August of 2024, and I'm enjoying myself, getting a lot of rest. All the aches and pains I came here with from the U.S. have gone away. Not all. I got a little bit of stiffness in the back, of course, but for my age, what can I say? Okay. Look, there are a few things I will say in this video. Some good, some bad. But one of the good things is I feel a lot better this time around than I did in 2023. I was saying 2023 to the early part of 2024. Things around the Monrovia area seem a little bit more calm. There's more electricity around. Yes, we do get shortage at times. They come right back on sometimes after a minute or so. Sometimes they stay off for the next 5, 6, 7 hours. But what can I say about that? I have a little 210 generator that I brought with me. For those of you who don't know, the 210 will work certain things. My 210 generator, 210, I'm sorry, 110 generator works all my lights. I can charge all my electronics with it, but of course you can charge them with 220 also. I don't know about this new fan I just bought because it has a rechargeable battery in it. It might be able to charge with the 110 power. But I have to read the directions to see if that will work. All you have to do is read the instructions on your devices and it will let you know. Let me give you a couple of advice there. I decided not to buy a refrigerator simply because of the unstable power supply. I bought a small freezer instead. Now with that freezer, when power goes, that unit will stay cold for 12 hours or more. I haven't taken it beyond 12 hours, but it will stay cold and your food is not going to go bad within that time period. It has two sections to it. I keep one side freezes colder than the other side, so I keep my drinks and all of that stuff on the right side of the cooler. Now and then they will freeze up. I do unplug the cooler every now and then because it doesn't need to be working all the time. The fact that it will stay cool for a long period of time. The next thing is with the cooler, I turned it down to the lowest setting, not the coldest, but the lowest setting. And that way, it still freezes on the left side, but the right side, like I said, does not freeze much. I bought these chairs here for pretty cheap. I rented an apartment because I was coming and going. So you can try doing that too if you want to. If you feel you'll be in and out of Liberia and you don't have a place to stay, a friend of mine, a retired school teacher friend of mine, many years ago used to say, "That's a child who has his own." So if he ever to borrow something, he will always go and buy it. When he returned that person whatever he borrowed, he would go and buy his own. So cousins have been very both times I came, last time and this time, took me in, very nice to me, fed me, took me around, got me reacquainted with the areas around Monrovia and stuff, even out of town. I've been to places that I've never driven to before. We just got back from Uganda, and that's where I got this. Got a bottle of palm wine along the way. But on that note, let me tell you something. You have to be careful with things like this. I'm taking a chance because, first of all, I don't know what type of water or how clean they wash this bottle before they put it in the palm wine in this bottle. And on one occasion, I was with someone and they asked the person, "Is that real palm wine? Is it good?" They say he had tasted, so he unscrewed the cap and put it to his mouth. He bought it, I got a bottle for myself. I drank that, didn't have any problems, but hey, how many people do these people say, okay, taste it? All right? So be careful with things like that. I had another issue with raw oil. The person who cooked my food cooked the dish, and then they put the oil on top of it. And that gave me some problems. All right, so I believe that if they had put it in the food and cooked the food with it, whatever bacteria was in it would have been killed. And the same thing goes for the oil bottle. You don't know where they washed that bottle. I went to buy fish once on the beach here, and I actually saw the woman pick up the fish, because the fishermen sell to the women. That's a system. I can explain that another time. People are their customers. They sell to the women. I actually saw this woman go and wash the fish off in the swamp water. And there are all kind of things that go in the swamp. People mess around all over the place. You know what I mean? All over the place. And when I buy fish on the beach, I clean it at the beach. I don't bring it home. I used to bring it home, but when you're cleaning fish, here comes the fly, as if you're having a feast and you invited them. So if you clean it at the beach, you will hardly see any flies flying around there. And get water right out of the sea, wash the fish off, because hey, that's where it came from. All right? And to the best of my knowledge, nobody's defecating in the ocean, right there in the ocean itself. And that large volume of water is, I guess, keeping things clean. All right, so, and the fact that the fish came out of the sea, if there was a problem there, we shouldn't be eating it anyway. Okay, well, that's mine. Let me take a sip of this. So, those are the few things I like to tell you now. The trip to Ghana was very entertaining, and I accomplished a lot on that trip. I will let you know about it sometime soon. Okay, the ocean is taking my land, and that's happening all around. I'm actually documenting this with my drone, which I programmed to fly along the coastline at a certain speed, a certain height, a certain course, and I can come back a year later, 2 years later, put that program in the drone, and it will fly exactly that same course. So that would, and take pictures of the coastline at the same time, and that way I'll be able to see the change in that area. All right, I will put together something within a week or two of this area around, which is the ELW community area. I'm doing the same thing down here, right, to see how the ocean takes the sand and sometimes brings the sand back. So stay tuned, and you'll hopefully learn something from what I'm doing. Anything you want me to do, just drop me a comment, and I will try and do it for you. Thank you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to leave one of these and subscribe to the channel.